July 24th, 1911. The Peruvian jungle teems with life, the morning air thick with mist and a relentless drizzle. Hiram Bingham, an ambitious explorer from Yale, pushes through the dense undergrowth, rumors of a lost Inca city fueling his relentless trek. The path is treacherous. He hacks through tangled vines and cautiously crosses a makeshift bridge, the ground teeming with deadly snakes. After 2 grueling hours, Bingham and his companions reach a humble hut. Local farmers guide them briefly, then hand them over to a small boy, their final guide. This unassuming child leads Bingham through the treacherous wilderness and into history. Minutes later, he stumbles upon a site that will change the world: Machu Picchu, a majestic stone city lost for centuries to the outside world. But what is this place? A fortress? A hidden sanctuary? Machu Picchu was a masterpiece of engineering and artistry. The massive stone citadel, perched atop a mountain ridge, seemed to defy gravity. Smooth granite walls melded seamlessly, a testament to the skill of Inca masons. With no mortar binding the stones, their sheer weight and intricate angles created a structure astonishingly resilient to earthquakes. The precision was astounding. Not even a knife blade could slip between those expertly fitted blocks. The sprawling site was a maze of palaces, plazas, temples, and humbler dwellings. It was clearly a place of significance, meticulously planned and executed with reverence. But its purpose remained a mystery. A fortified city? A religious sanctuary? Something else entirely? These questions echoed in Bingham's mind as he explored the breathtaking ruins. One sector stood apart, surrounded by walls and what appeared to be a moat. This isolation hinted at a special ceremonial purpose, not military defense. Here, in this secluded pocket of the citadel, perhaps the most sacred of rituals had unfolded. The very layout of Machu Picchu, a network of pathways winding through plazas and structures, seemed designed to guide both the body and the spirit. The 1913 publication of Bingham's discovery thrust the mountaintop marvel into the global spotlight. His theory gained traction. Machu Picchu was Vilcabamba, the final stronghold of the Inca rebellion against the Spanish. Yet, decades later came a twist. Jean Savoy proved that the true Vilcabamba lay elsewhere at Espiritu Pampa, a site Bingham had briefly explored but dismissed. So, if not the lost city of the Inca, what was the true identity of this marvel that Bingham had brought into the light? The absence of any mention of Machu Picchu in Spanish chronicles was baffling. Could such a magnificent site have truly escaped the notice of the conquistadors? Centuries of silence now hung over the stones, leaving Bingham and the world with a riddle far more complex than he could have anticipated. A whisper of a name floats down through the centuries: Huayna Picchu, meaning young mountain in the Quechua tongue. Yet, this place of soaring peaks and ancient stone was destined to be cloaked in a different identity. In 1911, Hiram Bingham reintroduced it to the world as Machu Picchu, and the evocative title stuck. The Inca people, it seems, may have called this hidden jewel by the name of the smaller peak it crowned. But names, powerful as they are, can only offer the first glimpse of Machu Picchu's mystique. Its true origins and purpose lie shrouded in a past without written records. The Inca civilization, though vast and remarkably organized, left no chronicles of this breathtaking place. Its existence remained unknown to Spanish conquistadors, their relentless quest for gold and dominion bypassing this secluded sanctuary in the clouds. Nestled within Peru's eastern Cordillera, a rugged offshoot of the Andes, Machu Picchu crowns a narrow mountain ridge some 2,430 meters above sea level. The Urubamba River carves a deep gorge around the site, creating a lush canyon environment where the high peaks meet a subtropical climate. This unique location, both spectacular and remarkably isolated, hints at the reason this site remained untouched for centuries. The story of this lost city of the Incas emerges from the stones themselves. Built around 1450 AD, this citadel stands upon a lofty saddle, its terraces and structures literally carved into the living rock of the Andes. Its dry stone masonry, a marvel of Inca craftsmanship, reveals a deep reverence for the natural world. The massive walls, each stone precisely fitted and shaped without mortar, seem to grow organically from the mountainside. The site unfolds in a series of plazas, terraces, and enigmatic structures. Names like the Temple of the Sun, the Temple of the Three Windows, and the intricately carved Intihuatana stone offer tantalizing clues. They tell of a people who wove their cosmology into the very fabric of their world, their connection to the cycles of the sun and stars mirrored in the intentional placement of each window and niche. Yet the exact rituals and beliefs enacted within are forever veiled, the voices of priests and worshippers lost to time. But Machu Picchu isn't solely a place of ritual grandeur. Dwellings, both modest and elaborate, hint at the lives lived here. Farmers tilling impossibly steep terraces, artisans working precious metals and fine cloth, perhaps even the presence of royalty. Who inhabited these rooms? What hopes, dreams, and daily routines echoed within these skillfully crafted walls? The answers lie concealed in a past we can only faintly trace through the fragments left behind. Machu Picchu whispers of lost grandeur and ambition. Most archaeologists now believe this mountaintop citadel was a creation dreamt into reality by Pachacuti Inca Yupanaqui, one of the Inca Empire's most revered rulers. Records suggest the site flourished roughly between 1420 to 1532 AD, a time of Inca strength and expansion. Was this a victory monument, a place of respite, or perhaps both? The lack of defensive fortifications hints at a space dedicated to peace and perhaps even spiritual rejuvenation as opposed to military might. However, its 80-year lifespan is a stark contrast to the Inca Empire's century-long reign. Machu Picchu's abandonment coincides chillingly with the arrival of the Spanish, whose brutal conquests sent shockwaves far beyond their initial point of invasion. Did smallpox, that invisible scourge, reach this isolated retreat before the conquistadors did? The mystery of Machu Picchu's abandonment is compounded by the lack of detailed Inca histories. Here, the past hides its secrets well. Its breathtaking buildings, once echoing with life and ritual, now stand empty. Tombs have revealed fragments of a story. High-status burials hinting at a society where reverence and rank were intricately linked. Yet were these the remains of royalty, military leaders, or perhaps revered artisans? The identities of those who walked these sun-drenched plazas are tantalizingly out of reach. Machu Picchu, despite its isolation and short occupation, showcases the hallmarks of Inca engineering. Its seamless dry stone walls withstand the region's frequent earthquakes, a tribute to ingenious design. The site's water management system, with its canals and fountains, speaks of a people intimately attuned to their environment, a stark contrast to the conquistadors' single-minded thirst for gold and dominion. The mountain peak of Huayna Picchu, with its challenging path to the summit, may have been a place of pilgrimage, a physical journey symbolizing a spiritual ascent. But even among these echoes of the past, doubt lingers. The whispers of Inca voices have all but faded, leaving modern researchers to piece together fragments of a puzzle that may never fully be solved. And so, Machu Picchu remains both a marvel and an enigma. Its purpose is shrouded in speculation, its inhabitants reduced to the barest of outlines. Within the embrace of the mountains, Machu Picchu unfolds. It reveals a city divided by both geography and purpose. An urban center nestled against an agricultural one, an upper town of high status and a lower town serving more practical needs. It's a testament to Inca ingenuity, maximizing space and seamlessly blending the functional with the sacred. Approximately 200 structures unfurl across the mountainside. These aren't merely buildings, they are sculpted extensions of the landscape itself. Wide terraces, carved from the unforgiving rock, support long buildings cleverly shaped to make the most of the available space. These conchas, self-contained living units, reveal a meticulously planned society where order and purpose permeated even domestic life. Meanwhile, a complex network of channels and cisterns ensures life-giving water flows through the site, nourishing the meticulously sculpted agricultural terraces that cling to impossibly steep slopes. Stone stairways, artfully woven into the supporting walls, connect the various levels of the city, creating a labyrinthine path of ascent and descent. The eastern sector hummed with the rhythms of daily life. Here likely resided the farmers, artisans, and countless hands that kept this mountaintop sanctuary functioning. To the west, separated by the central square, lies the heart of Machu Picchu's spiritual power. Here rises the Torreon, its curved stone walls hinting at celestial observation and calendrical rituals. The Intihuatana stone, a marvel of precise carving, likely played a role in astronomical calculations deeply tied to Inca beliefs. The Temple of the Sun, with its curved wall and unique trapezoidal windows, speaks of a reverence for the life-giving force so intimately tied to Inca cosmology. Descending from these heights, one encounters the popular district, where the ordinary lives of Machu Picchu's residents echoed. Here, simpler dwellings stand alongside utilitarian storage buildings, a stark contrast to the grandeur of the upper town. But even within this seemingly ordinary sector, divisions of class appear. The royalty area, a cluster of houses set apart on a slope, suggests a strictly hierarchical society. Further on, the homes of the Imotas, the revered wise men and teachers, stand out with their reddish walls. Would the sounds of lessons and intellectual pursuits have drifted out of these rooms? Nearby, the dwellings of the Ñustas, the Inca princesses, offer another glimpse of privilege, their trapezoidal rooms a mark of special status. And finally, the monumental mausoleum, a cave-like structure filled with enigmatic carvings, whispers of solemn rites and a deep reverence for the ancestors, or perhaps even deities. The guardhouse, with its unique Wayrona style, three-walled construction, offers a different perspective. Was this a place of watchful protection, or perhaps a ceremonial gateway controlling access to the most sacred precincts? Machu Picchu, even in its silent eloquence, poses 1,000 unanswered questions. The mysteries of Machu Picchu linger, a haunting echo of a vanished world. Yet as we leave these stone-carved terraces, more than just questions remain. It's a sense of wonder, of mankind's ability to blend ambition with the raw beauty of nature. If Machu Picchu's story has captivated you, leave a like below. Share your theories and the questions that still swirl in your mind by hitting that comment button. And if you want to stay connected to the world of enigmatic historical sites and their untold stories, don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell. See you next time on Exciting Archaeology News.